I got this. What is the most important feature I look for in a contact center solution? I mean, that's really hard to say. So when we consult, or when I consult on the technology side, really the scope. But I mean, if you're talking, you got to be able to block and tackle, right? So the number one thing is, what are your features that I'm getting? So you better have full omni-channel, right? So voice, chat, email, all of that needs to be kind of tied in, right? That needs to be just not slapped on. Your uptime is everything, right? So that's a huge differentiator whenever anyone is buying any type of contact center solution. The uptime of some of the legacy cloud solutions seem to be a little bit better, although there's a lot of really good smaller organizations as well. That's a huge piece of it. The service model is a huge piece of what is going on with this as well. Price is a huge, differentiator as well. So again, I'm not saying anything that is mind blowing. I like things that are native to the platform, right? So the more native things you have, WFM, workforce management, speech analytics, any type of other tools that I can just get that are native, I think makes me feel better than slapping things on. Now, there's some companies that are just so good that they're never going to, that the native suite might not be good in that analytic, right? I get that. I still like to have a company with a robust bullpen of tools, right, that I can go to, and I don't need to go vet a bunch of other companies. I like to do that all at once. That's a big differentiator for me as well. But if you could have the greatest tools ever, and if you're up 90% of the time, and I'm down all the time, and I got issues, and I can't get a hold of anybody, that's a huge piece of this. So again, I don't think that's probably anything that I'm saying that nobody already knows, and I don't think there's really nothing there that's too mind blowing. But just like so many startups, they don't think about the service model, right? They think about the tool, and the service model comes second, right? Where they're not being kind of built in uniform or in unison. And I think, that's a huge piece of, because no matter what, a cloud contact center is a SaaS product, right? It's a SaaS company, right? And unfortunately, even though they're in the CX space, they sometimes forget about that too. And that gets built out second, or it's just not funded as well as the other stuff. The other thing is how are the releases done, right? I've seen so many headaches from so many different organizations that do a poor job with bugs on new releases that it handicaps people, right? It's a huge piece of the pie. So again, from a consulting side, if anyone is ever looking for anything, go find a broker. I would help you. There's a ton of good ones out there. Go find a consultant. I guess nobody likes the word broker anymore, right? But anyway, a broker, a consultant that can take you through a bunch of the things that I just said, so that you know what you don't know and you can ask the right questions. Because just saying, hey, this is what we need, really isn't what you need. And then the last thing I'm going to say on this, and then I'm going to move on, is I have found with every single one in all the software providers, they hate when I say this, but negotiate everything. That first price is terrible. It's ridiculous. It's stupid, right? The first price that they give you from a implementation standpoint, the first price that they gave you on a per seat, right? Negotiate it. They will negotiate and they will work with you on it. They know that first price is silly, but so many people don't do that, or they don't know what the prices really should be. Again, that's why the consultants really work, because they know what the numbers should be. They're working on your behalf, and you're really not even paying them, right? They're getting it all on the back end. So I don't know. That was a long rambling answer, but I have a lot of feelings on that, and everybody's different, right? So what a 500 seat center that's working on financial services needs from an integration and a setup standpoint is going to be different than what a 25 seat center that does mostly outbound needs, right? So it's kind of hard to kind of pick and choose that, but I don't know, hopefully that gives a little bit of insight into it.